Hi.
Oi, so they give access to their job portal, Geeks for Geeks, for free?
Yes, complimentary with the course.
And you got your job through that?
Me and 15,000 others across the world.
No way!
Oh, yes, Wiz. Don't delay. Enroll now.
Geeks learning together.
Hello, everybody. A very good evening to you all. This is Aishwarya from Geeks for Geeks, and I'll be the host for today's webinar, which is one of our webinars from our recently launched series that is live mock interviews. And I'm really thankful to you guys, and we are glad that you guys are really liking this series. And I hope, basically, we hope that somewhere or the other we are helping out you in your learning process, learning journey, and your interview process, into preparation of your interviews. So before moving forward, I just want to understand that if I'm audible or not. And yes, hi Lakshman, hi Satyajit. um, just quickly you can drop yes or thumbs up if I'm audible, and let's proceed our today's webinar. And yeah, I'm pretty sure it will be a great session. Okay, thank you everybody. Thank you Abhinav, thank you Harsh, thank you Sachin, thank you Akash. So yeah, I hope that you all are doing fine and keeping yourself safe as well, wearing mask and all the precautions, because the time is not really good. But we can make some other parts of your life better. That is your learning journey, and for that we are here with today's session. And for today's session, we have Mr. Piyush Khandelwal as our interviewer, and we have Mr. Maharshi as the candidate. He's a third year student, BTech student. And so, yes, I'll just quickly add them to the stream, and let's begin with our live mock interview session number 5. Hi, Maharshi.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening. How are you?
Good evening. I'm good. How about you?
Yes, I'm fine.
Let's quickly add Pusar as well to the stream. Hi,
Hello,
Pusar.
Aishwarya.
Good evening.
Very
Hello.
good
How are
evening.
you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. So this is Maharshi. Maharshi, this is Pusar. He'll be the interviewer for today. And without wasting any second, I think that we should start with the session. So, firstly, we need some tips from you about how one should go for the interview before, basically, Maharshi, that he shouldn't feel nervous about the interview and all.
Yeah, actually, I always give you one thing. I've already told this thing in another the previous session also, that you don't have to worry about the selection and rejection process. Just think of a healthy discussion with the someone who is sitting in front of you. So try to make it healthy. Try to make it be like, if you have some queries, try to get them resolved then and there only. If you don't get the question at once, try to ask them twice, thrice, until unless you get it correctly before starting with the solution. So don't think about selection and rejection for those 30, 40, 30, 35 minutes, right? And I promise you, after that, you will have that offer letter if you'll follow the strategy. You will end up with a good interview.
Thank you so much, sir. I hope, Marshi, now it's better after these words. So let's take up this webinar session forward. And the room is yours, Piyush sir and Maharshi. Sir, all it's on to you. I am just going to on the back end, and let's begin with the session.
Thank you, Aishwarya.
All the best, Maharshi.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hi, Maharshi.
Hello, sir.
So I actually didn't get the time to go through your resume. Aishwarya forwarded me, but I was not able to go through it. So it would be great if you can just brief me a technical introduction of your.
So, hello, sir. My name is Maharshi Chawda. I am currently doing my BTech in Electronics and Communication Engineering. I am currently in my third year. So, thanks to lockdown, I explored the other branch of the technical field and I started learning data structures and algorithms. And then I started getting interest in it. And afterwards, I was introduced to competitive programming, and I am doing it for 2-3 months now. And I am getting excited by solving the problems of the competitive.
Okay, that's great. That's great. So you have started competitive programming, or you are doing it right regularly? You just started. You have
So
just started it.
from yeah, yeah, I have just started it from 1-2 months. But yeah.
Okay, that's great. So, do you think that data structure is important for competitive programming?
Yeah, obviously data structures
Good
and
knowledge.
algorithms are very, yeah. So in-depth knowledge of that is very much required because in competitive programming you have to solve the problem and that too with speed. So if you are having data structures knowledge, you can solve the problem, but you won't be that. Uh, if you are having that, you will be able to solve the problem, but it won't be with speed. That's why we use STL and that in competitive programming.
So,
That's why I use data structure.
how did you manage, like, because your branch is electronics, right? You have not studied the data structure. I think that you have not go through the data structure part very thoroughly. So how you develop your interest in competitive programming?
So actually, in our college, we are having one minor field. Like we can take a minor degree as well. So I took CSE as my minor degree, and in that college offers a course called
Okay.
DSA, and I took that. And from that, I started. Okay, I enjoyed somewhat concepts over there. And when I came back in lockdown, I had a lot of time, so I explored it more.
Okay, that's fine, because it is very difficult for asking electronic student, right? Because they have not gone through those data structures part, right? So that is very important to know whether you have done the data structures or not before entering those competitive programming. If you have done that course, then it's fine. So, just a basic question, Maharshi. If you need to maintain a record of all the students of your university, right?
Okay.
Which data structure will you prefer?
I think we can use hash map for that. Like I don't know how you want to store the record, but if you want to store a roll number and you can get all the records, all the information of the student, then you can have a hash map, or rather you can have one class created for a student and store it in a vector or an array.
So, so this is for one student you're talking about, right? Creating a class for one student. But when
Yeah,
I
and
have several students with me, how will I store those several students?
we can have
Like
a
suppose I have 100.
array of that particular data variable that we created.
Okay, so you would be creating array, because
Yeah.
what happens is when you are creating array, right? So there are students that may come, or there are students that may leave the university.
Yes.
You're getting
So
this?
for that,
So
yeah,
so insertion and deletion, like you need to update that record also by inserting those inserting certain new records and deleting certain old records.
yeah.
So how will you do it? Like, don't you think you
So
should be considering some other data structure for that?
yeah, so for that, one thing we can do is that we can have the dynamic allocation of the memory, and for that, for C++, we are having a data structure called vector, and in that vector we can insert it in O of one time. But if we are inserting at the end, then it
Yes.
is O of one time, and if we want to delete it, then it is O of n. Like if you want to delete a person rather from first or from anywhere in the vector, then it can take O of n time. And if you want to insert anywhere you want, then also it will take O of n time for
So it
insertion.
is same. It is same as array, right?
Yeah, but it is like in array you are defining certain memory at first itself. Like you can store it dynamically, but in vector you can store it
Okay.
dynamic memory. Like if you have defined a vector of two, but
This
if the third person,
dynamic memory,
yeah, sorry, sir.
I got it. This dynamic memory problem will be solved, right? Later it could be extended or shrinked,
Hmm.
right? But the thing is, every insertion or updation will take a big O of n time.
Yes.
Can I reduce this? Can I use some other data structure which can reduce this?
Okay. So if you want, we can use a particularly set data structure. uh, in set data structure, if you are inserting, it will take log of n time, and if you are deleting, it will take an log of n time. If it is an ordered set,
Okay. About linked list, have you heard?
uh, yeah, I have heard about linked list. Yes, we can
So what
use
is
linked list.
insertion? What is the complexity of insertion in a linked list and deletion in a linked list from the middle?
Okay, okay, from the middle, it will take insertion will take. First, we need to reach at that node, and then we have to insert. So it will take O of n time. And for deletion, also we need to reach at that node, and then we have to delete, so it will also take O of n time.
Okay. So which data structure will you use?
I think we should use hmm, can I just take a second to think?
Yeah, sure.
I think we can use set data structure for this, like,
Set.
yeah.
Okay. So do you know how sets are implemented? What data structure do they use internally?
uh, yeah, actually they use I guess self balancing tree or something. uh, I guess red black tree or EVL tree. I'm not sure. I read it when I learned, but if it is an ordered set, it use self-balancing trees. I guess that use a tree kind of
Okay,
data
that's
structure.
fine. So you might have heard of different sorting algorithms also when you were solving, like studying data structures.
Yeah.
Which one is the best sorting algorithm?
So best sorting algorithm, according to me, is there are two sorting algorithms. First is merge sort, and another is quick sort. So they both gives a time complexity of n log n. So I guess they are most efficient algorithms in terms of sorting.
Okay. Do you know the uh, worst case complexity of quicksort algorithm?
It is like n square, but average time
So,
complexity turns out to be n log n.
and what is the worst case time complexity of merge sort?
Yeah, it is n log n itself, but it uses extra space.
Merge sort uses extra space. Can't it be
Yes.
done on the same place? Can't it be in place sorting only?
No, sir. Merge sort, I guess it cannot be. But still, can I want to think for 1 second whether it can be done or not. Uh, Another array store the elements of the.
So one more question.
I
In
guess
this,
I guess we cannot do it. I don't know, but
okay,
according to me, we
that's
can.
okay. That's okay. Okay. One more question in this sorting thing only. Can you tell me any case in which the insertion sort can perform better than your quick sort?
Okay.
Is there any possibility that insertion sort can perform better than quick sort?
Really sorry, sir, but I am not able to recall insertion sort algorithm.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So I would like to ask you some coding questions, right? So I hope you are okay with it.
Yeah.
So my first question, I'm sending you a link, right? Or what I can do is I can share my screen. You can read the question from then and there only. I'll read out the question. Would that
Yeah.
be fine?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me share my screen. Can you see the question?
Yes, sir. I'm able to.
So I'm reading it out, just reading it out. Given a street of n houses, a row of houses, right? Each house having k amount of money kept inside. Now there is a thief who is going to steal this money, but he has a constant or a rule that he cannot steal two adjacent houses. Find the maximum money he can rob. तो suppose यहाँ पर एक input हमें given है n equals to 5, k equals to 10. So if there are 5 houses and every house contains 10 rupees, right? So thief would be able to steal 30 rupees.
So one minute. Let me read it. Each house
Can I
is
stop?
having. Yeah, 1 minute. I want to read it again. So all the
Okay.
houses are having same amount of money. Yeah, it is K.
Yeah.
Okay, and there are 10 houses. Now there is a thief who is going to steal the money, but he has a constraint rule that he cannot steal or rob two adjacent houses. Okay, sir. I got it.
Can I stop sharing?
Yes, sir.
Did you got the question?
Yeah, I got the question. Okay. So according to me, that the only one constraint is that a robber cannot steal the two adjacent houses. Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So according to me, he can. So one thing we can do is that let us try for the greedy approach first. That whether it is possible or not. So what he does is that he takes the money from one house, leaves the next house, and again takes the money from the immediate house which is there after the next house of that, to next house. Then again he takes the money from that house and he takes the money from next to next house. So he can do that, but will it work or not? So let us consider that we are considering the local optimum to be that if I am at a house, let's say house at zeroth index, then I'm taking it and then I'm leaving the next house. So while leaving the next house, am I missing anything which can be uh, which can give me more amount than the previous house or the rest of the house? So according to me, it's no, because all the houses are having same amount of money. So we
Okay.
can actually leave that house and move on to the next house. And again, if we are able to move on to the next house, we can say that our current optimum will able to lead us to the global optimum. And yeah, I guess greedy will work here, uh, and we can apply greedy algorithm. But again, uh, there might be two cases where first case is where array is odd number of elements, and another case is where array is even number of elements. So when there are even number of elements, I guess we are able to get exactly n by 2 time n by 2 houses can be robbed by that key. But in case of odd number of elements, we can actually start it from zeroth index, and we can reach it to the n minus 1th index, and by that he can rob exactly uh, n by 2, n plus 1 by 2. Uh, Wait, if it is 3, you can rob 2 houses. So n plus 1 divided by 2 houses he can rob, and all the houses are giving him the same amount of money. So we can actually multiply the number of houses he can rob to the amount of money which he can which he can get from each houses. So I guess this solution should work. Uh,
It will work. It will work. So my next question is, I would have the idea that how you would try to approach this, right? So it is like you have 100 rooms with you. If you have heard of the problem, then let me know, right? Okay, so there are 100 rooms, 100 doors actually. Okay, so they all the doors are in closed state. The doors can be in open state and in closed state, right? So I have 100 doors with me and they are all initially they all are in closed state. Got it? Now I have 100 students with roll number from 1 to 100. Now roll number 1 student will go, okay, and will toggle all the doors, toggle the state of all the doors. Then roll number 2 will go and will toggle the state of all the doors uh, that are multiple of 2, right? You're getting this? Then roll number 3 will go and toggle the state of all the doors that are at that are at multiple of 3. So he will toggle 1, 3, right? Sorry, that he will toggle 3,
9.
6, 9 in this way. Okay. And similarly, all the students will go, and after all the 100 students have passed through, right? Then which states will be in open state and which gates will be in closed state? Can you tell me?
Okay, so first thing I would like to say that whether I understood the question clear or not. So when the first person passes by, all the doors should be toggled, or certain amount he can decide that from this door it will toggle and from this door it won't.
He
Or
will
all
toggle
the
all the doors. He has to do the multiple of ones, right? So the first
yeah.
student will go, roll number 1 will go, and he will toggle all the doors because every number is multiple of 1. That's fine.
Okay.
So when second student will go, right, he
It
will
will toggle
toggle
2,
only the
4,
multiples of 2,
6.
the alternate doors.
Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, and so on.
Right.
Third one will 3, 6, 9,
Right.
12, and so on. Okay. So initially all the doors are open or closed, like
Closed. They are in closed state.
okay. And in the end, I need to return the number of doors which are open and number of doors which are closed.
Right.
Okay. So initially all doors are closed. Okay. So I'm thinking that the door which is initially or closed. So if two-person toggles it, then it will be again closed, and or we can say that multiple of two uh, toggles are occurring on that particular door, it will be again closed. And if there is odd number of toggles happening on that particular door, then it will be open. So I am able to get that point from the puzzle or from the question. Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So when one passes by, uh, from 1 to 100, let us try maintaining. I'm thinking like let us maintain an array, which will say how many times a door has been toggled. So
Okay.
for one, let us have for consider one, and it will add 1 to all the multiples of the current number 1. So that means add 1 to all the doors which are numbered from 1 to 100. Okay.
Okay.
And then comes the turn of 2. So what 2 will do, it will start from 2 and it will toggle all the doors which are multiple of 2. That is 2, 4, 2, 4, 6, 8 and so on. And again we'll go for 3. It will toggle all the doors which are multiple of 3 starting from 3. And we'll do the same thing for all the 100 students. And after that we have an vector array of whatever array number of toggles. And what we can do is that we can take mod of 2 for that entire array. And if the value of that particular index on the array is 0, it means that even number of toggles has been caused on that door. That means it initially it was closed, so even number, that means it will be closed in the end. And if there is odd number or else 1 on the vector after taking mod with 2.
Maharshi, I would like to interrupt you. Would you be able to write the code for this?
Yeah, I can try. Yeah.
So it would be great if you can share your screen and write the simple function which is doing this code.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Is screen visible?
Yeah, it would be. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So is my screen visible? My compiler.
Yes.
Okay. So let us create one function that let us just have it void. And let us name it as door check. And after that, we are having, is that a fixed number n, that is 100? Let us take it n.
It could be anything. We are giving it
Okay.
100. Anything.
Okay. So this is n, that means number of doors which exist, and the number of students are also n are doors, and number of students are also equal to the number of doors. So after this, what I am thinking is that let us create a vector which will store the number of toggles which a particular door experience on itself. So let us initialize with 0, stating that all the number of toggles initially are 0. So for that, now afterwards we will consider each student. Let us say 1, and this will say the number that first student, second student, and so on. This is the loop for that. And afterwards, we are going to see all. Now we will toggle all the doors which are multiple of 1. So we will start with 1 itself, and then we will go on till n. Let us consider 1 based indexing here. It will be simpler. That's why. And okay. So now okay, and for each j is equal to j plus I. This will give us all the multiples of that particular student, and then we will simply increase the toggles by toggle of that particular door by 1, and this increases it. And afterwards, now we know that how many toggles a particular door has experienced, and if it is even number of toggles, then we can say that okay, that door is closed, and if it is odd number of toggles, we can say that that door is open. So for that, we will again iterate through.
Okay, just give me. instead of toggling those, counting the number of toggles, if you simply convert 0 to 1 and 1 to 0, right?
Yeah,
Just put
yeah,
the toggle.
yeah.
So you don't have to
So
traverse it again, right?
yeah. We can do that. Like we can number of toggles is equal to. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So this will be more efficient than what I was doing.
Would that be efficient?
Yeah. Obviously, it will be more efficient. It won't decrease the time complexity according to me, but it will be more efficient.
If I simply write number of toggles j equals to not of number of toggles of j,
Yeah, we can do that also. Yeah,
won't
but
that be
I guess
efficient?
I don't. Yeah, it will be even what I am doing is in O of one time, and what you said we can do that. It will decrease the lines of code, but I
I
don't
don't need to.
think.
I don't need to increase it, right? Why do I need to first increment, then perform what two operations? You're performing two operations.
Yes.
So instead
Yeah,
of if it is 1, it would be 0. So please replace this if you agree with me.
yeah. Obviously, we
Number
can
of
do
toggles j equals to not number of
one
toggles.
minus. Yeah, it will be the same. You said XOR, right? Or not? Yeah, we can do anything.
Not.
Yeah, it will be more efficient. Yeah, so now we are having a complete array, which says that if it is 0, the door is closed, and if
So
it
can
is
you
1.
tell me the complexity of the solution?
Okay, so the complexity, uh, yes. So it is O of n multiplied by some inner loop, and I don't know what this is. Like, it runs for n times initially. Uh, then it runs for n by 2. Uh, then it runs for n by 3. Then it runs for n by 5. Okay. I think it is. It looks like it looks similar to C, uh, and the time complexity for C is O of n log of n.
It is
So
not similar to C. It is not similar to C because there the loop goes from the 1 to square root of n, right? The a to square root of
yeah,
b.
yes.
But here you are traversing from a to b, right?
Hmm. So in the worst case, the upper bound will be O of n log n. I guess it won't. No. It,
Okay, now you answer me one question, right? I would help you to improve the complexity of your solution, right?
okay.
You tell me one thing. For any gate, suppose it is 16. What are the numbers that will toggle that gate, the door?
Uh,
Which
for the
students?
numbers
Which are the students that will toggle 16?
2, 4, 8, and 16, and even
Okay,
1. 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 8, and 16.
1, 2, 4, 8, and 16.
Yes.
You're getting this? Okay.
Mm.
So how many? And suppose I take 12.
Okay. So I guess 12, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. So I guess, is that the number of factors? I don't know.
You getting this thing?
Yeah. So I guess they are the number of factors. Like, I don't know. Let me check for one more thing. Let us consider 18. So 18 will be toggled by 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 9. Okay. Yeah. So, okay. Is
9
this
and
correct, sir?
18. 9 and 18 will
Yeah.
be there.
18.
Okay. So how many students will toggle 18?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So it will be closed. Yes. 6. So that is equal to the number of factors or
Okay.
number as
Take any number. You take, suppose 20. It is 20. How many students will toggle?
1, 2, 4, 5, 10, and 20. Yeah. So there are
How many
6,
numbers are there?
6 students are
How
there.
many?
So
Again 6, right?
yeah.
Take any other number. Suppose take 80.
Okay. So it will be, according to me, exactly the number of students toggling will be equal to number of factors it is having. This is
Okay.
lesser than
And number of factors of any number always, right?
sorry, sir, I was not able to go.
Number of factors of any number always occurs in pair, right? So if 18 has a factor 1,
Yeah.
2, then it will have a pair 9. If it have a 3,
Okay.
there will be a pair 6.
Oh, okay, okay. I got it. Like, if it is a perfect square, uh, it will be having 5 number of, yeah. Oh, okay. So, as the factors always occur in pair, the number of factors for all the doors will be exactly all the doors will be even given it is not a perfect square, because for perfect square the number of factors are there is one factor that is square root of it,
Repeated.
which is not in pair.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I hope you got it. Now,
Yeah.
what will be the solution?
uh, we can just iterate through all the squares and name it as closed. So uh,
Write the code.
yeah,
Write the now.
yeah,
Write the code.
yeah. Okay, so we are going from 1 to n, and we can just go from 1 to n. And one thing is that it should be the square of that number should be lesser than the number of doors. And if it is
Right.
lesser than the number of doors, we can say that door is open. So this reduces the time complexity drastically to under root of n.
Okay. Let me check once again. So I is starting from 1 to 1. Now checking I square is less than n, right?
Mm,
And
yes.
number of toggles j. Do you need this vector?
Oh, sorry. Actually, uh, I
Do you need
yeah,
this vector?
it is needed to tell us whether the door is open or not. If you want the output in some other format, we can
I
have
want
it.
number
Like,
of doors that are open, number of doors that are closed.
okay, okay, okay. So we can just have it like this: that number of doors which are open. So num open tells us that number of doors which are open, and in number of doors tells the number of closed tells us that how many doors are closed. So whenever we are
Okay.
getting an whenever we are iterating through the square, it is the door which is open. So for that we will increment the open doors and we will decrement the doors which are closed. So oh sorry, here the number of initially the number of closed doors are n, and then we will decrement the doors which are closed. So this tells us that number of how many doors are open and how many doors are.
Mercy, think of it
Yes,
once
sir.
again, what you're doing. Do I really need to update these variables, number of open and number of close?
Uh,
The final value of I think, will give me the number of doors open.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so we can just have a loop inside. We can just have a loop. Okay, that's okay,
Now,
sir.
number of open doors. Number of open doors equals to
I. Let me take once again.
I or
I.
I minus
Wait.
1.
I minus one. I minus one.
Okay. And number of closed doors is equal to?
Is n minus I. Right.
Exactly.
So,
I hope you got something.
yeah.
Okay.
Is this solution correct, sir?
I equals to I minus 1. Right. Fine. You can stop sharing the screen. Okay. So that was from my side, Maharshi. Right? Would you like to ask any questions? Any question for
One
me?
question. Yeah. One question for that last one. Like. Uh, uh, this thing also the interviewer noticed this kind of things as well. Like I use the two variables for number of doors which are open and number of doors which are closed, but it can be done in one variable as well. And but I use the two variables for that, and then at first I use the vector for that. So do actually
Okay.
interviewers
Okay.
notice this kind
Actually,
of things?
I would love to answer this, Maharshi, because it's a very good question and will help many of students. Right? What happens is when you write a program, a simple program, it actually reflects your personality, right? How much code you are doing, how much practice you are doing. Your code reflects a coder's. The code reflects the coder's personality. Right? How much practice he has done, right? So the level of experience is being reflected by the code that you are writing, right? In companies, generally what we want the cleaner code. We don't care about the number of variables, right? You can use as many variables as you want. We don't want less number of lines. What we want is we want a cleaner code, because your code is shared among others, and it should be as clean as possible so that others can also read your code. The readability should be there, right? Code should function, but it should be readable as well, because there are multiple people who are collaborating in a team and multiple people working on the same code base. So there are certain regulations that needs to be followed when you are coding. You cannot just write, and you cannot even think put name a variable from your own, right? You need to follow a standard while naming the variables as well when you code in a company, right? But when you code for these competitive programmings, right, these spaces matters a lot, right? Your code might give correct answer, but if it would be better, it is always better if you can optimize the use of variables, use of extra spaces, right? So these are two different words that you will be catering two different times, right? You won't be into these two words at the same time. So now you are in competitive programming thing. That's why I'm suggesting you these things. If you would have been into company, right, then we would be suggesting you something else. The naming of variables, the cleanness of code, the readability of the code
Okay.
with the functionality. We would be focusing on those things, right? I hope I have answered your query. Okay.
Thank you so much,
So
sir. Yeah, sir.
that's
Thank you
all
so
from
much,
my
sir. Like initially, when I when today itself when I code, just when the test case is passed, I leave the question. But yeah, there are many.
yes. So Aishwarya, it's up to
Yes,
you.
sir.
Now
Okay.
I would love to
So
ask Maharshi whether he would love to hear the feedback of the interview or not.
exactly, I was just about to ask this, that if he's Marsha is willing to have the
Sure, sir.
feedback about the interview. So please, we need the feedback.
Okay. So Maharshi, what happens is, because you are from EC background and applying for a CS job, right? So there is one soft corner for us, right? We don't want to be that harsh on interview, right? We can just ignore the small mistakes, small things, right? We won't be worrying about those things. Because when I heard that you are from EC background, so that is first thing, right? And that happened when we were discussing about data structures thing. So there were certain points where you missed the things when you were talking about sorting algorithms, right? You were telling about the data structure that you would be using to maintain records, right? So I was trying to test your knowledge, that how much you have been into data structures, how much you have practically implemented them. So that is what I wanted to know before entering into, before giving you any problem statement, right? So that has to be improved, because you have the knowledge, but still there you need certain improvements, some certain deeper knowledge of data structures. Need to work on them. Okay. The first problem that I asked you, it was really good. From your side, you were able to reach the exact solution that I was looking for, and the optimal solution, but it was an easy level problem. So it was expected that you would be able to reach over there. Okay. Second problem that I ask you is generally a puzzle. It's not a coding question, but it actually checks whether you are able to figure out, like, it's not about, because the code that you have written would be able to solve that problem, right? Would have given me the correct solutions. But that is not what we expected. What we wanted is the optimized solution for it. So if you submit that code on any competitive platform, it would be rejected. It would give you TLE, because there were certain what we say mathematical concepts was involved in it. So when you enter to competitive programming, you need to work on your mathematical concepts. You know this thing better than me, right? Because you might have worked on those, but still need to think before start writing the code for the problem. You need to think it a mathematical way. Getting this? Because mathematics can improve the complexity of your code, can help you to reduce the complexity of your code, right? And I had third question for you, but I didn't ask because I would not be selecting you for my team, but I love the way you were trying to solve. So I would be giving you more time, and uh, come to me, or come to this interview thing after doing your preparation, right? I would be giving you one more chance for the preparation. That's why I didn't move ahead with the third question. I hope you got this
Okay.
much.
Yes. Thank you so much, sir. It was
So,
very detailed feedback.
okay. So now, Marshi, we want to know from your end that how was your experience of this live mock interview? So please go ahead with that.
Yeah, it was really great experience. Like I learned a lot of things. Like firstly, whenever I solve a question, it is just like clearing the test cases and leave the question away. Not thinking that okay, whether I can decrease the number of variables or whether even more optimization is possible or not. But that is the main thing which I learned today. Thank you so much, sir, for that. And yeah, and even the feedback was very detailed. I will surely work upon that. Thank you so much, GFG, and thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, Piyush, sir.
Thanks, Maharshi. Thanks, Maharshi.
Yeah.
So, thank you, Piyush sir, and thank you, Maharshi, for taking out time from your schedules for this live mock interview. Special thanks to you, Piyush sir, for hosting and being here for mentoring us in the interview. And thank you so much, Maharshi, for accepting the invitation and being here with us. We know that this small initiatives are really helpful for other people who are watching the sessions. It becomes really helpful for other students also, those who are going through this phase, to make their schedule and make prepare their preparations according to other person's perspective as well, and also the interviewer's perspective as well. So thank you so much, sir and Maharshi, and it was a great session. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you,
Thank you.
Aishwarya. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye. So, guys, that was it. I hope that you guys have got useful insights and a lot of information about how you can go about an interview. Yes, there are some points. There are points when you don't know about something, but how you should go about it. And if you don't know about something and you think that you should know about it, then go for it. Prepare for it. So this interview webinar series is majorly to let you guys know that okay, this kind of situation occurs or some other kind of situation occurs, and what could be done for that particular situation, where you guys should improve, where you should guys work. So yeah, this series is basically about that, and I hope that we are you know helping you guys out in that. We are trying our best. We also like your feedback on this theme. You can comment on this video and just share your feedback that what all you want to add in this video, and what all can be done with this particular webinar series, or you want us to start some other webinar series and you want some other learning details from our side, just shoot a feedback to us in the comment section, and yes, we will try our level best to provide you the same. Now, at the end of this session, again, I am back with the Geek Summer Carnival code, the offers, and everything. So, guys, it is 8th of April. And as I've already told you, the 10th of April is the last date to grab all those coupons that could be used in the GSC sale, and you can grab all your favorite courses and level up your learnings. So don't delay it. If you have not yet got those coupons, get those coupons. And I will tell you, I just want to tell you that there is a very crazy lineup planned for you guys for the GSC. You guys will be updated soon, so stay tuned on all our social media platforms, because Geek Summer Carnival is going to be really, really, fun and interesting. So there are contests, there are webinars, there are, much more things. So just stay tuned with us. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for all the webinar details, because there will be days when we'll be having 2 webinars a day. So yes, you guys have to be aware of those things. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe us on YouTube channel and also follow us on all social media platforms. So yeah, and do not forget to grab those coupons before 10th of April, because they are live and they are just available just till 10th of April, and there are a very few coupons left. So go and grab it, and till then just prepare well, study well, and keep yourself safe. Yeah, that's all about it. And yeah, so bye bye, take care, see you in another session of webinars, be it interview experience, be it some special webinar, or the live mock interview. Till then, tada, take care, bye.